Alright guys, welcome to the Football Fan Show, episode 3, well, game week 3. Before I get into this guys, I apologize if the background of the video is a bit blurred or something. I was hacked yesterday, lost all my graphics, so I had to just take a screenshot or whatever of one of the current videos on the channel. But anyway, I will get all that sorted tonight. But let's get into this. This has been one crazy week of football. Well, today of football, yesterday's results were pretty normal, but let's get straight into the big shocker. Now this is Man City and Arsenal. Not Man City and Arsenal, Manchester United and Arsenal. Now, this is really, I would love to know, I should have researched this, when the last time Arsenal got beat this much. They got beat 8-2 by Man United, and it was a really young side they got beat to as well. The defense was Smalling, Evans, Jones and Evra. So like 3 of their 4 defenders were really young, and then they had cleverly. I almost didn't pronounce that. In the midfield, who else they have? They had Anderson. I don't really rate Anderson, but he's starting to prove me wrong. And then they were playing Welbeck up front on his. It wasn't on his own, was it? Yeah, up on his own with Rooney behind him, and he pulled a hamstring quite early on in the game, which was a shame because he scored and all too. So, they had a pretty young side out there. And they beat Arsenal 8-2. That is seriously impressive, even though Arsenal are doing really bad at the minute. Now, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be wanting Wenger out, or Wenger out. I think he's brought Arsenal as far as he can. He's starting to lose it. Why he hasn't bought any new signings? Why he hasn't signed anyone yet is beyond me. I'm sure he will bring a few people in, but I just think, I don't know. He's gonna have to be panic banned. He's gonna be paying more than what he should have been. You know what it's like, panic ban. We had to pay 35 million for Carroll because we tried to get him the last day of the season. Will they fork out the 18 million for Cahill? I really think they need to. Their defense is looking weak. I think it's going to be a dark and dreary season for Arsenal fans. And I'd be seriously worried. My original prediction, I can't even speak because I'm rushing through this, was 5th position, but I could see them finishing below Spurs, even though they had a terrible result today as well, which I will talk about now. Now, this result, when I first heard about it, I thought this is going to be all over the papers, but Man United just completely outshined Man City. They just, they didn't let them have the limelight for too long, because Man City went to White Hart Lane at Tottenham's ground. They beat them 5-1, and Dzeko, who was absolutely terrible last season, is a different player this season. He scored 4 goals. Aguero scored 1. So I'm tempted to put him in my fantasy league team, but anyway, that's beside the point. So Man City, I think they're going to be hard to stop this season. Even though Man United beat Arsenal 8-2, I think Arsenal are looking very weak, and this was at White Hart Lane with the Man City result. So great day for the Manchester clubs. They really showed their strength today, and they really showed that the gap that is growing between the top, I would like to say 4, but the top 3 being Man United, City, and Chelsea, and then Liverpool, Arsenal, and Tottenham. Now, I personally would put us well above Arsenal and Tottenham, and I actually think we're up there with Man City and stuff, but people aren't going to believe that until we actually beat a few of them. So we'll see when we actually meet Man United in Old Trafford soon. And we'll prove our point there. Okay, so that's enough for the big shock results. Let's move on to the rest of today's results, and then I'll go on to Saturday's, which was yesterday's. We have, what other games was there? Newcastle United and Fulham, and this is another shock for me. Newcastle United beating Fulham 2-1. This is the best start to the season in a long time. I'm really surprised because I was expecting Newcastle to be very poor this season, and they're really proving me wrong. So we'll see if they can keep that up or if they'll fall away. It'll be interesting to see. And I'm surprised at Fulham. Fulham were a solid team last year. Maybe it's going to take Martin Yule a little bit, to get his footprint in the team and sort of get everything jailed up, get everything used to it. Get people used to his system. Because sometimes new managers, take a while, but anyway, that's big shock for Newcastle. I'm surprised at that. The other match today was Stoke and West Brom. Not really a surprising result. I think I predicted Stoke would win this. They beat West Brom at home 1-0, or did I predict this as a draw? I probably predicted this as a draw. So they beat West Brom at home, well, at West Brom's home, that is, 1-0. So that was a good result for Stoke. I rate Stoke. They're a solid team, hard to break down, very good team. Let's go on to yesterday's results. That was Saturday. Liverpool, oh yes, 3-1 to Bolton Wanderers. It really should have been 3-0. It could have been more. Carragher made quite a bad mistake towards the end, but and I think Pepe Reina was pretty annoyed that he didn't get his clean sheet, and so was I, because it means I lost some fantasy league points. So that was a shame, but Henderson really proved me wrong. He really showed me a touch of class that I have never seen from all the preseason games and the games this season. He really surprised me. It was definitely his best game so far. Carroll started on the bench, which was a surprise. But I'm not sure about Carroll. He's got a cracking left foot on him and a cracking head on him. But he just, when we play him, it's like they're so tempted. Charlie Adam and all are so tempted to play the long ball. But when you're playing with Count and Suarez up front, it's all along the ground, nice football, which I prefer. So I've still not made my mind up on Carroll. Who else? But I think he still could be a brilliant centre forward if we use him right. Who else was there impressed me? Charlie Adam had a good game. Lucas is turning into a brilliant Premier League player. Really impressed with Lucas. I think he should have got man of the match. He didn't get enough credit. He didn't get the credit he deserved. Jose Enrique again solid. Suarez deserved the goal. So yeah, Liverpool should have been more, but 3-1 to Liverpool at home to Bolton Wanderers. The next match was Blackburn and Everton. Blackburn were away to Everton. They got beat 1-0. Blackburn, I'm regretting not putting them in my bottom 3 prediction. I think they're probably going to finish 20th this season, actually, to be honest. So I wish I had said them in the predictions, because they're really looking weak, and Steve Keane is terrible. Chelsea beat Norwich at home 3-1. Not surprising, same result as Liverpool. Drogba got knocked out. He got knocked out clean. I shouldn't really be laughing at that, but he got knocked out cold. I think the keeper just punched him straight in the face because he was going for the ball. So he got knocked out clean. Shame it wasn't Torres. Oh, I'm gonna get hit for that. But Torres was doing crap anyway, apparently. Next one was Swansea City versus Sunderland. This is 0-0. This is at Swansea. Not a terrible result for Sunderland, but given the signings they've made, they really should be doing better than what they've done this season so far. Maybe it'll just take a bit of time for all them signings to gel. And good for Swansea. I'm happy for Swansea though, because Swansea's manager is from Northern Ireland, Cushendall, not too far from me. So I wish him the best. I'm going to replace Swansea with Blackburn for my bottom 3. Wigan v Queens Park Rangers, 2-0 to Wigan. I like Wigan. I like Roberto Martinez. He's a cool guy. So yeah, I like him. I want him to do well. And Queens Park Rangers, they're disappointing me. I thought they were going to do really well. I thought they were going to do like Newcastle did last season and be really strong. But they're letting me down there. So they could actually go down too. The last game was Aston Villa versus Wolverhampton. And this is another disappointing result for Aston Villa at home. They really, if they want to be contending for that Europa spot, they really want to be beating Wolves. Although Wolves have started the season very, very well. Guys, that's about the end of the results for this weekend. I'll quickly run through the next weekend's fixtures and give my predictions. Arsenal versus Swansea. I'm going to say a draw. I'm going to say Swansea are going to get a draw. Like, they're Arsenal, I think they're that bad. Unless they make a couple of big signings between now and then. Sunderland versus Chelsea. I think Sunderland will probably get beat 2-1. Everton versus Aston Villa. I think that'll be a draw, to be honest. I think that'll be a 1-1 draw. Man City versus Wigan Athletic. I think they're going to front them 5-0. Yep. I think they're going to beat them 5-0. Man City are that good at the minute. Wolves versus Tottenham. I actually think Wolves can get a result at home against Tottenham. I'm going to say 1-0 Wolves. Stoke versus Liverpool. Of course, we're going to stamp on them. We're going to win 4-1. 4-1 to Liverpool at Stoke. Bolton versus Man United. This is at Bolton. Let's say 3-1 to Man United. Now let's go on to next Sunday's games. Norwich versus West Brom. I'm going to say West Brom 1-0. Fulham versus Blackburn. I'm going to say Fulham 2-0. And Monday night's game is Queens Park Rangers versus Newcastle. I'm going to say, given Newcastle start the season, I'm going to say 1-0 to Newcastle. Guys, this has been the Football Fan Show. Hopefully Kamarov will be back next week. He should be back next week. If he's not, I am going to be seriously mad. But guys, yeah, thanks for listening. Look forward to next week. Goodbye.